Hello and welcome to Baggio's penalty landed in my garden. I'm Andrew, got Scott with me. We're going to go through the World Cup final. We're going to go through the events during the World Cup final. We're going to go through players, games, goals, players that we're looking forward to seeing, and we're hoping to be more entertaining than the halftime show. Right, Scott, we've got a final to pick through, but like we've been around a while now. We've done quite a few finals. Where does that rank in your shitty World Cup finals list?
It's good. Recent bias probably puts it top, but then I'm sure if I watch the 90 game again, it might then
94.
94 had penalties. I think that was better than
I mean, I'd watch the penalties again. I'm not watching
I think
100. I'm not watching 100, 120 minutes. It got us to it again.
And then what was it? 2010 was when Spain beat the Netherlands.
Yeah,
Spain just carried
Germany, Argentina,
have a good final in the World Cup.
Germany, Argentina, 2010.
They're not going to care.
2014, crap.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. That was crap as well.
And then was 2006 actually good, or did we have like 2 goals ahead but in penalties? Did anything happen in between? At least things happened.
I think there was anticipation of things happening. I think Brazil were attacking.
No, the Italy-France one.
Oh, 2006. I think 2002 as well. I think 2 goals were late on, so it could have been the 2006. Yeah, again, you could be right. I think. Well, no, I don't think you are right. In a sense that because the penalty happened so early in that one.
Yeah.
I think if you have something quite early, it helps because then you're not waiting. And like last night, it just was you're waiting. You're did all the rest of it.
The next part I'll say is: has there been a worst team performance than that Argentina last night? No shots on goal in a World Cup final is fucking tragic.
So I'm going to slightly disagree with you. All right. I don't believe everything has to be kind of ticky-tacky entertaining football.
No, it doesn't.
So,
but the whole point of football is to score a goal, and you need to shoot to score a goal. I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't care if you're bastards and you're fucking.
I agree. So Argentina are going to be lambasted rightfully because they lost. That is the issue. The issue is if you play that way, if you play that way and you win, then you could say, listen, that's why we did it. We got the result at the end of the day. But see, as soon as you don't get anything out of that game, then you're like, well, why? I mean, especially as you know yourself, if you're down a game, you have to just pick yourselves up and go for it. Now, I do think Argentina probably were struck by a few injuries, and I think that kind of took away some of the team. I think their legs had been spent. I think Messi, in particular, was just done.
I thought the decision to not start Paredes was weird. And that, like
it's weird that it's all weird in a sense of what he done. Is he went with the team that ended the England game, and it was energetic. It was creating chances and everything else, and it just didn't work out for him. And I think the other thing I will say, and you made a very good point, both I think in the last podcast and your reason why Spain could win the World Cup final is, and they did against France as well. Sometimes they're too good on the ball, and they suffocate you essentially. Yeah. You have no time on the ball. You've got no ability to look up and
on the commentary. It's like they force you to go long, and then they'll win it back, and then they fucking go at you again. Like they want you to have to let the ball go.
By having Messi the way they had Messi, which again is totally understandable, you're then negating anything you could have had with Alvarez, because Alvarez is playing a different position. So if you're playing it long, you'd prefer Alvarez to be on the shoulder, but he's not. He's kind of more on the wing. He's playing more of a left wing role. I think what happened is Argentina rode their luck in a few games. They were sensational, Messi in particular, but they came up against a better team whose tactics just nullified them. I mean, who's nullified pretty much every other team.
Everyone, yeah.
They only conceded the one goal.
The way Argentina won, you think like Egypt went ahead, but then sat back and you come at them. England did the same thing, and we can get on that later. They got the goal, they sat back, Argentina come at you, they score. Spain were like, nah, not today, lads. We don't play like that. And they did it the last like 5 minutes of extra time, and that's just natural. You're holding like that's not the 75th minute in the semi-final going back become lads. That's totally different. But
anyway, they were never like full on deep for a huge prong lead.
There was a couple of set pieces. They got pinned back a little bit.
But you defend a bit deeper, I think, in the last 10 minutes of a World Cup final on a set piece.
But there was never 15, 20 minutes of them sat back defending and inviting Argentina on, which Argentina kind of needed through those other games. And Spain have the team just to put to combat that. And they were sort of the most deserved winners, about like a 1-0 extra time goal. They didn't create loads of chances, which I said I don't think they do. Like, they don't create a lot of chances. All Martinez's saves are fairly routine. Even the free kick it's the closest they came, but it wasn't amazing.
Yeah, that's the one disappointing thing with Spain, is that they didn't create enough, I think, all throughout the full tournament. I think Porro did well enough, but I think
it's hard because they were fucking getting like every tackle had a bit extra in it and fucking going into you, and there's no rhythm. You can't get going. You can't build up that sustained pressure. There's fucking booting into you, elbow in the back. But that's what Argentina do. They're going to do that to you. And again, what we said against the France Paraguay game, it's not for the referee to be like, nope, that's too much. That's a yellow. And he didn't do that again.
I think, I do think, and I don't think there's been any confirmation about it. I think that's Messi's last game. Certainly last World Cup game might have some sort of
has to be
farewell match, right? There might be that. But I think he turned full Argentinian, and nobody can doubt his Argentinianness, where he tried to get Cucurella sent off. Now, I don't know what he said, so I will kind of put that in there, because he could have said something really...
You could say the most horrendous thing, but you could say it in a nice way with a smile, and no one knows you're being confrontational.
But for how it looked... And I do think if he said something really bad, Messi would have been more angry. Do you know what I mean? He thinks that.
He's been a chancer, isn't he? He's been a chancer.
I mean, it's the angels with dirty faces kind of thing. But, it was one of those almost kind of flirtatious kind of things. Do you know what I mean? Somebody's passing some gossip or something. And he's like, oh. And you're like, come on, that's not, that's just... But it is Argentinian. It is that way of trying to use everything.
Yeah.
And I think that we've never really seen that full Argentinian way from Messi, but I don't think we've ever seen him unable to have any other way of doing it. Do you know what I mean? He's always used his feet, he's always used his brain. And
it's like when you
couldn't do it, and it's almost as if that's the last thing he's had to turn to try and get some momentum out the game.
There's some old films like it's like Major League, the kind of baseball comedy film, and you got the old pictures putting like fucking like spit on it and the Vaseline and fucking anything they can find to get a little bit. And it's like, what else have I got left?
Yeah, what's the last thing about Arsenal? There we go. Try this. But yeah, it's a shame because I have enjoyed the World Cup, but I won't remember that final, apart from the fact that Spain won it. I won't really remember much more about it.
I'm happy for Ferran Torres to get the winner. Missed a couple of sitters. He was getting some abuse, and it's now he's going to be like that. Same with the kind of Iniesta goals. That's what's going to be remembered as Ferran Torres' goal. Good finish. Lovely header from Nico Williams to get it.
Very Spain like that goal as well. Yeah. In behind, header back, knock on, and that kind of good finish.
Scott, you've been on a bit of a journey at this tournament with our man Pedro Porro.
Yeah. I still don't think he would be my first choice right back. I think overall he has had a good tournament. I will say that. I think he played a very good game yesterday. I think he helps the way Spain. The way Spain played
in the Euros, everyone was like, "Oh, Cucurella shit," and he played a really good Euros. And you're like, maybe he's actually pretty good. And Porro's the same. It's like he's been shit all season. He's quite good.
No, because this is a few years. This has been cooking for, right? So yes, as I say, but I think he only really works in that Spanish team. I think if you put him in England, I don't think he works because he doesn't defend. His defensive aspect isn't that great. I think if you put him in other squads, I don't think it works to the same effect.
Yeah,
I think Spain hide that a bit more.
If you put him in PSG, I think Pedro Porro works like the way like Hakimi works. Like you're not a defender, you're a fucking attacking right winger who starts at right back, and it depends on the system.
When Spain lost their last competitive game, they're only one that they've lost under.
Who was that against, Scott?
That was against Scotland. I was there, Andrew. Horrible horrendous. Rodri wasn't that much better. But I will say, to be fair to him, I think in the majority he has actually done well. I think Cucurella is much better. I think he's in for a shout of player of the tournament in my eyes. He was that good. But Porro did do well.
I'm glad. I had to get it on record. That'll be a YouTube shot. That one thing that we didn't really talk about it. I want your views on the halftime show, Scott. Your man Ronaldo made an appearance, and I wish he hadn't.
So Ronaldo's a hero. He's always been a hero to me. He was a fantastic footballer, but he is a corporate show. I have said that throughout this. If anybody who sits in there with Infantino and all these other kind of people, for me, is a show, right? The Madonna thing, it was just cringe.
That first part was definitely recorded months ago.
Yeah.
So they can fucking hold her and fucking wheel her out. It was like they're trying to hit every fucking demographic they possibly could. Like Madonna.
That wasn't even the worst part, though. That wasn't even the worst part. Justin Bieber came and just killed everything off.
Just did a ballad. Was it someone said Bieber came out and did his 83rd most popular song? Just fucking killed.
Just and you know what?
He was one of the only guys who sang live as well, and you're like, fuck it, just do Baby and fuck off. Right?
Just do that one line, that one sentence.
Baby. They fucking do one.
Beat it.
Do it with the Muppets. Fucking.
The only person that seems to have more control, the only person that's got more control over Infantino seems to be Robbie Williams with FIFA. Why is he turning up all the fucking time? He's shit. Can't he sing? He can't sing live either.
Have you seen the clip from German TV?
Yeah. The
fucking coke came out his fucking nose. He was so casual. It was like...
It came out his mouth, I think. Looking at it, I think it's 100% came out his mouth. But it doesn't matter. It's still disgusting. It still creates controversy. And why is he fucking there? BTS were fine. I just wouldn't have any of this in the World Cup halftime.
BTS, I'm like, you're basically Asian One Direction. Like that's not K-pop. It's not Korean in any way.
It does.
It's just five Korean lads singing pop music.
If you're going to do this sort of thing, it does serve an audience. Maybe not us, but it was fine. Shakira fine.
But then we had Shakira and Muppets, and we didn't get or doing fucking Waka Waka with fucking Fozzie Bear. What's that all about? That's an opportunity missed.
Coldplay? Why were they? I mean, that was like kids singing.
The whole thing about fucking spreading love as a fucking bombing Iran and killing children.
Exactly.
Come on, right?
Tom Cruise and stuff. It just didn't need it. It was all very Americanified, and
even the Super Bowl halftime show isn't as fucking cringe as that. Like they'll get one person on, Bad Bunny, Lady Gaga, do some tunes, and the fuck off. That was just
the thing is, see with the Super Bowl, it's their culture. And it works. They've got a superb thing.
But even that's not as fucking cringe as that was. That was like...
No, but I don't think it is cringe. I think it's their culture that works.
No, I'm saying that one last night was more cringe than even the halftime show is. Like,
yeah, it's just but it doesn't fit in a game of football. You shouldn't be 6 minutes late for the start of the game, and you shouldn't have 25 minutes of that shit at halftime.
It was like 30 minutes.
I don't know why Louis Vuitton have got some sort of trophy case thing.
Someone said that happened at the last one as well, but I don't remember.
Probably, I would have disagreed with it then.
The winners' rings, fucking Trump's in the photos, Roger lifts the trophy. Johnny tried 3 times to get him off that fucking stage.
Yeah,
he wasn't having it.
Yeah. But this is the thing.
This is where I won the World Cup, greatest president in the world, one cup.
If you placate the man like Johnny Infantino, if you placate him for as much as you did, he's then not going to respect you. So if you then tell him, oh, by the way, you need to come off now, give you a death area. I mean, right. I'm not listening to you.
Let's get back to the football.
Sorry, quickly. We had Qatar, and I disagreed with certain things of making it culturally their culture into the World Cup. America have done it again, but with steroids, and I don't agree with that either. It's just keep it about football. But sorry, carry on.
No, I totally agree. Something that's come up, and it's something I'd never really thought about until And I think Stefan thinks of having a go at Mbappe because it's France and Mbappe scores twice in the third, fourth place fucking all-star fucking game, friendly bollocks, becomes the all-time leading goal scorer in World Cup history, which he was going to get anyway if he played fucking one more tournament, right?
But I told you what was going to happen happened. It was just not how I thought it was going to happen. I said that he would end up overtaking Messi at this tournament and becoming the top goal scorer of all time.
But the question going round is, should you be able to get knocked out of the semi-final, your tournament is done, you're gone, and then play one more game under really different conditions? Like, imagine if Messi got to play in that game, fucking scored like 4 or something. Like, it just seems advantageous to the person playing in that game that they can have one more game to score whatever, and then rack up your numbers. And interestingly, it's got only 2 players that have scored 10 or more have goals from the third and fourth place playoff. The other one, Just Fontaine, he scored 4 to get it was like 13 he finished on. Like, fucking French, fucking turn up when it's done.
So I'll broaden it out slightly in the sense that other players have won the Golden Boot, I think, because of it. So I think Scalacci,
he scored against England,
to take him over the top and stuff like that. So
but the Golden
I just don't agree with it. I just don't agree with it. Listen, there's nothing I could do, right? It is now in the record books. He has got it, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
They're never going to change it now because you can't change it now. But then
do I agree with it? No, I do not agree with it.
And I mean, I would scrap I would scrap the game completely anyway. But
exactly. I don't think I've ever watched one. I've still not watched the one on Saturday. I might have watched one. I might have watched the Sweden game in '94. But the thing is, so there was, I think it was more miscommunication. Me and Andrew had a wee bit of a tiff last night about the third and fourth place game. What I meant,
Scott's manifesting
with what I said was that I expected it to be a 1-0 kind of dour game, and I did predict a 1-0 for the final, just not to Spain. I thought Argentina, again, I thought my heart rolled my head. I thought Messi would get there. But when you see a game, the third and fourth place game, and it ends 6-4, I just thought, it's like the saying goes, you wait for one bus and they'll come at once. I thought all the goals were going to get spent there. It doesn't scientifically mean anything. It doesn't mean that it's going to definitely happen that way, Andrew. But just sure as luck, it just seems to always kind of pan out that, not always, but most of the time pans out that way. And that's what it is. But it sums up the 2 games perfectly, because one means fuck all and one means the World Cup. That's what it means. So the pressure of trying to win the World Cup means that you're going to be a bit more defensive. You're not going to open up. You're not going to try stuff that's going to, if you fuck up, it's going to break away against you. Whereas in that game, you're both out the competition. You're both playing with your flip-flops, and it means F-all.
Because I think getting to the final is the most important thing. And it becomes just win. Yeah. Because no matter how, don't fuck up. Just win the game.
Right? And that's how, that's how the amazing game that we got Qatar stands out, because it was totally different from what we're really used to.
When you look back, though, it was like Argentina scored early, they get a second. First half, France do not turn up whatsoever.
No, they didn't.
Mbappe scores 2 really late goals, so it could have been like a 2-0 walkover, and Argentina's like. But then we got drama in the extra time like that. Then we got penalties. The last 40 minutes is amazing. The bit in the middle wasn't that good, but then you look back on it as one of the best finals of our lifetime. But yeah, I just because all these records are going to get beat, because now we're playing 3 group games, 32, 16, quarterfinal, semi-final, final. Whereas when there was 16 teams, fucking 8 teams on a boat in 1934, you're getting 3 games. Brazil 1950 was decided in a fucking group phase.
So this gets me back to the point that I couldn't bring up the last time, because Portugal were already out of the competition. This is a kind of mind-blowing fact, that if I'm right in saying Cristiano Ronaldo with World Cup goals this time around, with his goal in his 6th competition, managed to just equal Eusebio's, and he only played 1966 World Cup tally. So that's how amazing that Eusebio record is, by the way. But as you say,
he got the same amount of goals as Eusebio. That's all you'll say. He got the same.
Yeah, there's a lot.
But I think Mbappe's on 21 goals in 21 games. It's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, but as you say, the more games that we're getting, the more players are also going to be with scientific breakthroughs. They're going to play longer, like Messi's kind of proven, Ronaldo's proven.
And no disrespect to them, but you are playing against Curaçao's and Saudi Arabia's and Qatar's. There's always at least one group game where you fucking got someone you can pump like that. Yeah, so like, there's no point getting mad about it. It's going to count for everyone. They're going to play more games, and like the next Mbappé will get fucking 30 goals in 30 games and whatnot. It's just going to keep going. I kind of wanted Messi to finish the tournament as like the all-time top scorer, and then like the next one Mbappé can go and do his thing. But you know, England let us down as usual again. Do we want to do 5 minutes on England since we're here? Like, because there's been a lot of we didn't do a semi-final pod. Spain fucking obliterated France. Shite, didn't turn up. England did what England do, and Tuchel's had a lot of shit right about his changes, and I don't agree with some of his subs. But there's been a lot of talk of England were already going backwards before Tuchel did what he did, and I'm not going to watch the game back because I don't hate myself. But apparently, so after they scored, there was like a couple of half chances England had, and then Argentina had the header that Pickford saved, and I think they kind of thought to themselves, "Fuck, like we're close here. Like, it's just fucking." And they did the England thing. They did the Southgate, and they always do it, and they just got further and further back. And then I think Tuchel had to make the changes. I think so. Elliot Anderson was kind of tucking in at centre back, so he brings on Konza. I think the one mistake he didn't make was maybe like Saka was clearly fit. There was no out ball. There was no one in transition to hit, and that just pegged him in, and then the inevitable happened.
So I came up with this kind of theory essentially from just what I saw in the game, and I've not I like you. I've not looked it back. I've not kind of went in depth with it all, but I saw the criticism Tuchel was getting, and I thought to myself, do you know what? Do you know how I thought it went and played down? I think he saw them going defensive very early on after scoring. He tried to make a couple of changes to kind of placate that, but kind of also kind of get them a wee bit further forward. And I think he then realised quite quickly how far deep they were going. He thought, well, if you're going to play that deep, I'm going to have to bring on a big, like Dan Burn and everybody else to try and stop Argentina from scoring. And to be fair to Scaloni, he went the opposite way, and he brought a lot of good substitutes at that moment in time. I think the one thing I will say is I would have possibly brought on like Watkins or Rashford. And everybody with hindsight says, "Oh, well, they brought off Kane." I would have brought off Kane. I would have just had him sitting deeper and then playing the long balls over the top. And I'd probably brought off a midfielder instead, and maybe Rodgers or something. And then just
needed someone that could just to hit the ball long and go on, Marcus, chase that. Go on, Saka, chase that, and maybe you'll win it. Maybe you'll hold it up.
Well, if you think about it, the Argentinian defensive is Martinez and Romero, and then Otamendi come on for Martinez, I think.
Yeah. You can beat Otamendi for pace.
Yeah, that pace would have been devastating for them. So I think that's where I kind of feel as if Tuchel made a mistake. He didn't give them that out ball as well. But I do think it came from the players. And I think the players like Gay and things like that want to throw him under the bus. I think that's a bit suspect.
The only thing I will say is
the fans turning straight away.
When he got appointed, he mentioned the English mentality, and that's what was lacking in the Euros. Mate, you've had 18 months, and it's the same problem. Some of that's on you. Some of that's on you because I don't know if you can ever change it, but like
So I think that's so. I think you can only change it if you find a way of winning, and he didn't find that. So I do agree with you, but I also think that it's so ingrained. I think he just made a mistake by mentioning it. I think that was his biggest mistake, was mentioning it, because then they went, well, you've not done it. And I think he's then opened himself up for that criticism.
I saw a tweet, someone said there was the Bayern Munich Real Madrid Champions League semi-final, and he basically did the exact same thing. They were 1-0 up. He brought his defenders on and got beat 2-1, and you're like, you have got a form. You have got a form to do this as well.
So anyway, I think it's a mixture of both. I mean, he has to hold his hands up. He is the manager, but I do think the players also kind of threw his hand a wee bit.
Definitely. Let's wrap up the tournament, Scott. We'll do a couple of awards. What is your game of the tournament?
So I wrote it down: England, Argentina, and I think it's because I celebrated Argentinian goals more than the Scottish goal.
Mate, I've not celebrated a goal at that in a fucking long time. And I didn't expect. You don't expect yourself to. I fucking exploded off the sofa. Fucking
Diane and the George were both up. The dog. It was just and I was so happy. And it's what people have to understand, because they'll look at this and this. I really like the England squad. A lot of players that I do like and everything else. Fans I've got no issue. I've got no real issue with. Some of them are scumbags, but some of the Scotland fans are scumbags. Some of the Brazilian fans are scumbags. Every fan base has got scumbags. Yeah. But we have to watch the media fawn over everything and again, I don't mind the media because they're obviously English, but we shouldn't have to watch that as Scottish people or Welsh people or people from Northern Ireland, whatever. That's the
even living down here, it just becomes they don't get it. They don't get how fucking insufferable they are, and they also don't understand. Because I was like, there's a WhatsApp with the Chatterton fans and that. And I'm posting. I put my Messi shirt on afterwards and fucking posted it, and it fucking riles them up. And they go, "Oh, but Scotland, look, you know, last should fucking." I don't care. It's nothing to do with Scotland.
I know exactly. We expect that. We expect that more than you do. It's fine. We're used to it. We can take it.
We have no expectations whatsoever. Exactly. And it's just like I don't send fucking messages going, "Oh, fucking get around you." Like, it's relief. It's just washes over you. Like, thank God, I can watch the final now, or fucking I don't have to listen to this forever.
I thought when they got put, I said, at least I can enjoy the final now. Little did I know that the final was going to be dog shit.
It was still better than watching them.
Yeah, well, exactly.
I watch a million no-nos.
But that's not the game that actually was my favourite, because I've since from kind of thought back.
I was surprised. It was
actually Egypt-Argentina.
Yeah,
that comeback was special. And Egypt played their way into. They did really well. I surprised everybody, I think. The goal they got chopped off was a fantastic goal. It should have been chopped off because of what happened. But then they went up and scored again. Used the same three players. But then, Argentina just turned up and Messi again started pulling the strings, and it's a shame because it's the same
for the England. It's the same. England game was pretty much the same as like you get a lead, you sit back, you defend, Messi goes wide, goals.
Yeah, it's a shame because actually a lot of the good moments came from Argentina, and then the final was just too much for them.
Because I've gone for mine is Argentina, Cape Verde for the same like different kind of games. It was very much more back and forward, and you're like, Cape Verde score, oh my God, and like, they've come back now, Argentina going to win, and then that goal from Cabral, fucking absolute stunner.
Yeah.
Like, and you're like, fucking hell, they might actually do this. And then Argentina happened, they're the better team on the day, but Cape Verde, like, fair play, made it an absolute cracker of a match.
Since you've mentioned that match, and Cape Verde do deserve all the flowers, but there's also for a goal of the tournament, is that in that game for you?
You going for Cabral?
No, for you?
No. Oh, I didn't. I thought you were going to go Cabral, so I was like, I'll go for something else.
So I was going to go for Cabral, but I'll tell you mine after you tell me who yours was.
So mine's the Messi goal. The ball from Martinez over the top. Fucking the touch is just. It's just like Junior was like that's like Messi, 39 years old, just turns up. And was it in Miami? Was the game in Miami? I think it might have been in Miami, where he's playing.
Yeah.
And fucking just incredible touch. And then the finish is like the way he hits it, you don't even expect he's going to go there. Goes like near top corner.
It's the closest thing I think to that Bergkamp goal.
Yeah, I thought that when it happened, I was like, it's very much, there's not as many touches, but
that first touch.
The first touch.
Yeah, it just kills the ball and that's it. Yeah.
I love like a Cabral goal or like Isidore against Haiti when you get a rocket, right? And it's so skillful. It needs that, but it's not got that finesse, and I love a bit of finesse. And the ball from Martinez as well, fucking tremendous pass, like pinpoint. But the touch and the finish are just it's a messy moment in probably his last World Cup, and yeah, love it. What was your goal of the tournament?
So I think Messi definitely would have been up there. I think one I'll probably remember for a while is the Haaland one, the header, just the kind of movement from him was good as a striker. Cabral was up there, but I think Alvarez against Switzerland is just cleaner, and that's the only reason. Do you know what I mean? It's just he's taken that touch, swinged it in with his right, and curls it. I love a top corner goal as well.
Oh.
And it's also a sweet strike.
I think the moment has to factor in as well.
Well, yeah, that was the winner of that.
It's not like the 4 for a 5-1 win against fucking Qatar. Do you know what I mean? It's no offense, Qatar getting strays, but because like if the France England game had been the semi final, the Mbappe goal with the Elise Dembele, like you've not seen it. There's a fucking amazing goal. There's like three first touches all to each other. Like that's probably technically the goal of the tournament, but it didn't matter in a game. It shouldn't happen, so it doesn't count. Whereas Alvarez is like fucking curling in top bins to get yourself in the semi final. It's absolutely stunning hit. And he'd had a kind of weird tournament as well. He'd missed a few chances, but he deserved that one. And great.
I think he always worked hard, but just couldn't really get himself on the score sheet. He didn't start as well in the tournament. I think he was on the back of an injury, I think.
Martinez started, didn't he?
Yeah, so...
So player of the tournament, you don't have to go with the golden ball winner. You can pick whoever you want. I'm going to go first because I'm going to go for Mbappé. And I know he didn't turn up in the semis, but no one did for France. They all fucking were shite. And I'm not counting the fourth place playoff. But just every game he played in that World Cup up to then, he was just on it. You could just see that, especially when we look back to that Euros when he hurt his nose and he wasn't himself and he just looked a shadow of the player. Then he just came alive every time he got like a half chance or a bit of space in behind. Some of the goals at the goal against Morocco, you get a wee half yard, curls it in. Everything he did was electric, and I love that he's turned up at this World Cup, scored 10 goals. One of the best players in the world.
Different goals as well. It's not the same kind of goal as well. It's outside the box, inside the box, over the top, and everything else. It was
going from distance, curling it in. My friend Gareth, if Gareth watches this, Gareth called Mbappé shite before the tournament. Said he didn't rate him, and I was like, "What, mate? That I respected your opinions until now."
You said he can't do it in the Premier League against Stoke on a Tuesday night.
I still don't think he'd be as good. I still don't. And the games against Paraguay, Morocco kind of showed that maybe even you said there was was it the second game? You're like, maybe you doubted it.
I think it was the first half of the first game, and then it came alive.
Scott, who are you going for?
I am going to go with the gold ball winner, and I'm going to go with Rodri. I think, as I said before, I think Cucurella had a really good tournament. Like, obviously, Messi comes into the conversation with the kind of comebacks and stuff with Argentina. I think Mbappe did well. I think Elise did well up until a point. But the thing why I would discredit Mbappe is because when really important game turned, he didn't turn up. And it's not just on him. The whole French team didn't turn up.
I think I'd be more annoyed if it was like, France played well and he like missed chances and like he had a stinker, but I'm like they were all shite.
They were all crap.
Like no opportunities whatsoever.
But I think Rodri's made more passes than anybody else in the World Cup history in this tournament. There was doubts around him because of injuries and stuff, but he just dictated the game. You've got other really good midfielders there, like Fabian Ruiz, Pedro, but he just seemed to be Daniel. He just seemed to be head and shoulders above them. Do you know what I mean? He was the one that they could control the game.
Maybe the Romo. He's the dictator.
Yeah,
like it starts
pushing
from him,
it, and it just kind of the ball keeps.
And it's
going.
not just the passing it; it's the pressing as well. It's kind of like if I'm doing it, you're doing it. Like if I'm doing this,
but even when you're looking at the passing and you see all the numbers, it's not just sideways and kind of back to the keeper there passing. It's kind of try to break lines, trying to get through and stuff. So yeah, I just thought I thought that's probably justified his Ballon d'Or win more than anything else since he's won that Ballon d'Or. Just to get I'm really good.
Could do it again. He could do it again now if he has a good season. And it's one of those like they use the word MVP in America a lot, and it's like if you didn't have him, would you still win? Is always my kind of take of it. Like you can have like in basketball, you can have 5 really good players, and you might still win with 4 of them. Like if you had someone else, like if you've got this guy, he's the one that's taking you, and I think he's the one that without him, maybe Spain don't win. Yeah, maybe they concede more chances. And
I think you can see that in Man City. So if you take out that team,
well, that's why they've signed like was it Nico Gonzalez? Have now brought in Anderson. They're looking at Buadi. Yeah. They know that's a position where we need someone else who can do this. Maybe not as well as him, but we need that player.
Because I remember when Fernandinho left, and they thought, "Oh, who's going to replace him?" And he just was better in the end up.
I remember someone found there was some Facebook posts of like Johan Man City put their team sheet up. I think it's maybe like, fucking Roger, who's this shit? Fucking like, where's Fernandinho? Is giving absolute abuse, and you're like, all right, he's got that wrong.
But it's fine. I don't mind people having their say at the beginning with no, they admit they were wrong afterwards.
They've never watched him when he's in their life.
Okay, I thought Laporte did well for. I think a lot of the Spain team that they only conceded one goal. So yeah, I mean, I think that's.
I do feel about that. Unai Simon got the Golden Glove, and I'm like,
do you remember a save? Like how many saves?
There was a few group. He made 10 saves the whole. I think Martinez made more saves in the final than Simon made in the whole.
Yeah,
and I'm like, is that you or is that the defense in the midfield? And
it's like if you ask me about Simon, I thought Simon is I think he is a very good goalkeeper. But what is his best attributes? It's sweeper keeper coming out.
Stuff,
yeah. So it's not like keeping the team in the game.
There was a few dodgy flaps at corners in the group stage, and you're like, yeah.
Belgium was there a Belgium? I think he was not the kind of. That's when he conceded. Was there a mistake in there?
I don't think so. That was the Ketelare header.
So,
I wanted to finish off, Scott. It's like we'll try and because we looked at before the tournament players we were kind of looking forward to and the unknown ones. Obviously, we've got a new season coming up soon, not just Premier League or across Europe. And I wanted to look at maybe 3 players you're thinking I want to see more of them. Like who's caught your eye that you think I want to see where your next step is? Who's the first one you got? We're going to pick 3 each, just a quick little going to watch you.
So I want to pick myself up. I said before the tournament, Saibari was somebody to keep an eye on. I think he had a very good tournament, and I think his injury played a big part in Morocco.
If he played against France, I'd love to have seen some of those like trying to get in behind France with him would have been interesting.
I think it would have made the game a kind of different affair. And he's now got a bit his big move. He's gone from PSV to Bayern Munich, and that's going to be a hard team for him to get into just because of who's there. So I'm very intrigued to see if he can make that step up. Because we have seen tournaments. James Rodriguez pops up into my head where players have been fantastic and then not really reproduced that in club form. So it's interesting.
So many World Cup signings that don't.
Yeah, exactly.
They were looking at him before.
Well, yeah, he did have a fantastic. I mean, I picked about before, obviously because of his stuff for PSV. So, but as I say, it's just a hard team to get into, especially that kind of position at the moment.
Unless they sell,
unless they sell some players.
Because obviously, I think Jackson got some minutes, and I think he's going to be the backup, but also going to be like you're 2-0 up against Mainz, and
but he could play in the wings. I mean, he's not. I mean, at Morocco, it was the kind of false 9, but I don't think he was always there at PSV. So that's my first player.
First one I'm going for is Johan Manzambi of Switzerland. I was so annoyed that he got injured because he just looked incredible. I'd heard about him at Freiburg. I hadn't quite seen him play. Then to see him playing on the half turn, driving at teams, he's got that little X factor. So he's got the X factor, beat a guy, pace, can hit from shots from distance. I think Villa's a really good landing spot for him. They play that. Unai Emery loves to play on the break, pace and power. Premier League, it suits. I think Newcastle would have been a good fit as well, but I think Villa's a better fit for him.
Yeah, so I think of the two, because I know I've got a friend who's a Newcastle United fan, and he was disappointed not to get. I think Newcastle's more of a kind of younger project again with what they've done this summer, and I think Villa's more established, and I think that's why Villa are probably better off for him.
I think if you're a player, you've got to pick between the two. You're picking Unai Emery and Villa, like over no disrespect to them, over Newcastle and Eddie Howe. Especially all the players that are leaving. Who you got next, Scott?
So, Gilberto Mora, Mexican kid. Am I right in saying he's the second youngest player to ever play in the World Cup behind Pelé?
I think so. I think he was, yeah.
17.
17, yeah.
He didn't play like a 17-year-old. He was so mature. Was always looking to get onto the ball, can play forward passes, break the lines. Doesn't mind going forward with it and taking it with them.
Just really intelligent, really smart. Gale.
As if he belonged in that team for 5-10 years.
Maybe it's the hair. I got kind of like Pablo Aimar vibes.
I think it's going to be very interesting to see where he ends up. I think I saw him recently linked with Borussia Dortmund. That could be a really good place for him to go. I don't think, the Real Madrids and Barcelonas would be the step I would be taking. Yeah, I think that,
so
you can
plays
see
for
players.
Club Tijuana at the moment, and kind of like a mid-table Mexican team, so they're not.
I do think there's a European release clause in his contract, I think.
Because usually these guys, if they play for like Chivas or these top ones, they get fucking paid an absolute mint, and a lot of them just don't leave because they're like.
It's like Egypt's the same. Turkey can be a bit like that as well.
Yeah,
they get good
wages. I wonder if it's like a Benfica or a Porto, that kind of move.
Yeah, that'd be a good vibe for it. It'd be a good kind of move for him.
Hey, if we sell Haraldson, I'd have him at Lille. Fucking bring him in.
I think maybe Como if he was to go to Italy. Even the kind of bigger Italian clubs, it's not as packed. As
do you know who'd love him? Napoli would love him.
Yeah, Napoli would love him.
They really love him.
So it'll be interesting to see where he turns up, because that it's that kind of player who took me back. He gave me nostalgia vibes because I had not heard of him before, and I suddenly see him. And he played the under-20 tournament. Played the Gold Cup that they play. I think he did really well in those competitions, but I just didn't see it. You don't find out these things until afterwards. You kind of look at the
if I'm on nights and I see there's like a Mexican qualifier, I can watch it. I'm tuning in just to hear the fucking Azteca and like see that. I'll watch some of that. Second one I'm going for is not a player that we don't know. I'm going for Bradley Barcola because I think he showed that he's got more than enough to kind of step out of like Doué's shadow. I think he was better than Doué the whole tournament, and I think he's ready for his own test, his own team, to be a starter, to be a star somewhere. I don't know where that is. Because I remember Stefan was asking like what to expect. I think it was against Spain. I was like, I'd probably start Barcola because he's got the pace in behind and maybe not Doué. For like Doué's more get the ball to feet, dribble, whereas Barcola will make those runs and you find him. And the goal against England is exactly the goal that I described of like running behind, gets it, scores, pace. Just not sure where he fits. So I've seen like Liverpool's been linked a lot, and I'm like Premier League again.
I kind of think you're looking at like similar clubs to the ones we've already discussed. I think you're looking at like Dortmund. You're looking at maybe.
Do you know who I would like? Anthony Gordon replacement.
Yeah, I think that's a good shout as well. Yeah, if you're going to go.
I know they're looking at Fernandez Pardo from us, and I'm like, he's not ready for that move. Like, but I think Barcola is. Like, he's done enough at this World Cup to not just be like a World Cup signing, to be like, well, actually, you're well more than good enough to step up and be the guy.
Yeah.
Right. Who have you got next?
So I have gone English, and I have gone Djed Spence. I saw Djed Spence a few years ago playing for Genoa, and he didn't start that game. Genoa Monza came off the bench, played at left back, and I was there with my brother, and we both went, I don't know why he still started. He's been one of the best players that came on. So much energy on the left. He played left back that night. Could play left or right back. So much energy, discipline. It just had a good end product as well. It was good cross and stuff. I've seen him at Spurs, but you always keep an eye out players that you've spotted in games before. And he never looked totally out of place, but never looked totally comfortable either. Tuchel obviously did like him. Tuchel. People will talk about
he was getting fucking pelters. The first few games he was getting absolute pelters abuse. And then I watched him going, he's fucking really good. I was at Argentina. It was the game before the Mexico game. Brilliant when he came on. The game before, was that Congo before? He had a bit of a weird. Was he playing right back that game, which is hard to fucking left back playing right back?
Yeah.
But showed that he's an absolute warrior. Showed that he's got pace and can attack. Probably should have won the penalty against Norway. He was great against Norway. That was the game I was thinking of. I think that's a pen. I still think it's a pen. I'm not having this fucking initiate contact.
Right. I mean, fucking the guy's over there. He's fucking a mile. He's big, giant, fucking Inspector Gadget legs.
We teach players to fucking get their body in the way. Anyway, but yeah, really impressed
full body,
me.
not just a leg.
Really, really impressed me what he showed. I think because he would have seen all.
So one of the reasons that I picked Djed Spence is because I don't know where he's at. If does he stay under Djed? Does he like enough to play with left back? Or
does Andy Robertson there as well?
Exactly. So or does he move him to right back? Or does he...
Like left wing?
Possibly. Or does he go somewhere? I think Everton's been linked with him. I think Inter Milan's been linked with him.
Right.
So, you mean, does he make a move? And does he kind of... Because sometimes if you're at a club like Tottenham, not specifically Tottenham, but you're at a club, sometimes you just need to get out of that club. You know, you finish 17th, maybe all the rest of it. For fans, because you went on loan somewhere else and they don't kind of truly appreciate you. Maybe you go on loan, maybe you go somewhere else. For instance, you go to Inter Milan and they go, actually, do you know what, you're really good. We like you, you know the league and everything else. So I'm just very interested to see where he goes or where he ends up next, if it or stays at Tottenham, and can he kick on? Can he take that experience from this World Cup and really make himself a future England kind of nailed on left back?
Make that spot your own, last one I'm going for is when you watch games and you go, I know nothing about you, kind of like Mora, but I like you. It's Gustavo Puerta of Colombia. And I only looked today who he actually played for. Like, I've not looked at his club career, nothing. And he's played kind of left centre mid for Colombia, and they played really nice attacking football. He's that kind of like box to box. Loves a dig from outside, which I'm a fan of. If I can let one fly now and again, and just seemed to have a bit of everything. And I'm looking at, he had a loan spell at Hull that I had no idea about. He started in Bogota, went to Bayer Leverkusen for 2 years, played 7 games, but then he had loan spells at Nuremberg and a loan spell at Hull, which just... He's at Racing Santander last summer. I think they've gone up to La Liga, I think. So, like, it could be interesting to see a bit of him and see like how he does in that league and for that team. He's only 22, starting every game in Colombia's midfield with Lerma and James and there was someone else. But yeah, just one of those all-action midfielders that I love, kind of box to box, but not Matisse, like, didn't run with the ball, but just doing everything. He's one to... Like you said, I like these players that you just don't know. And you're like,
just
fucking you.
You just watch them and you think, actually, you've got something about you. You know,
if he'd have been 28, I'd have been like, I can see that. But you're 22, you're fucking hell, you've still got loads to go. Only 11 caps as well, which is mad. So he's still the kind of the starts of his career. Yeah,
taking it best, I think. Yeah.
We got 6 players there to look out for different reasons. I just want to thank everyone for listening to our World Cup rambles over the last fucking 10, 12 weeks or it is with the tournament. Really enjoyed it, but we are changing what the podcast is kind of about. Because we don't talk about modern football that much. We fucking moan about it and whatever. But that's not what we like chatting about. So we're going to go more nostalgia. Basically what it's going to become is me and Scott are going to watch a game from years gone by, and we're going to come on here and we're going to chat about it. Best moments, best players, people we've forgotten, stupid stuff that happens, random Wikipedia holes that we fall down.
And there'll be bits of kind of modernisation in terms of
like
could they fit into the team? Who would they play for just now? Would they fit into the game? Has that position changed? That kind of thing as well. So it will be kind of up to date as well as being from in the past.
How can we crowbar Chaduri into the conversation possibly?
Yeah.
We just want to look back on some classic games, like the stuff that you can watch on YouTube, so we'll kind of let you guys know what we're going to watch, and we'll talk about it.
It'll be games from France, Italy, international matches, maybe some Premier League, maybe some Scottish football. I mean, there's going to be kind of no restrictions in terms of.
And we will take all suggestions. Any fucking give us a 1972 Copa Libertadores final or something. Fucking we'll have it. Or stuff like that.
I mean, even if it's like cult heroes that you think that we should kind of maybe focus on, and we can do that kind of have maybe there's 15-minute videos about certain players, and me and Andrew can then find out more about where they go, how they, that kind of thing. Just anything kind of like that. But yeah, we'll really enjoy looking at old games that we probably remember fondly and see if they were still live up to our memories.
I've already found a Leo game that I'd forgotten the score of that I'm going to make you watch.
Well, that's great, because I would never have seen it, so it'll be interesting to see it through my eyes.
I wish there was older stuff, but it's more modern. But yeah, I was like, I was looking at like full match Leo and trying to find like what. I'd love to see like an early Hazard game if it's about the quality's fucking dreadful. That's the problem. But yeah, we're going to watch old games. We'll come back here. We'll chat about it. I'm sure we'll go down some weird tangents as we'll
have links to the games that or the videos that we watch as well, so you can obviously look at them as
jump in as well. And then obviously give us suggestions as well. I've enjoyed the World Cup. I've really enjoyed Scott chatting about it with you, my
it's been
friend, as
fantastic.
always.
Yeah. It's a shame the final
hopefully
didn't live up to it.
I know, we found enough to talk about. We've done all right. Right, so until we start our new venture into nostalgia, thanks everyone for listening. Thanks for watching. Give us likes, comments, all that good stuff. And from me and Scott, bye for now.
Thank you.